Wetlands comprise a diversity of water-related ecosystem types that can be found from the mountain to the coast and include rivers, marshes, lakes, reservoirs, mangroves, tidal flats, and coral reefs. And they provide a range of important ecosystem services for people and the environment, provisioning services such as food and water, regulating services such as regulation of floods, drought, atmospheric carbon storage, and disease, supporting services such as soil formation and nutrient cycling, and cultural services such as recreational, spiritual, religious, and other nominated benefits. A study has found that wetlands, especially coastal wetlands, have a higher value than either forests, woodlands, or grasslands. For example, tidal marshes and mangroves were estimated to be worth around $194,000 per hectare per year for their service in storm protection, erosion control, and waste treatment.
Ya, wai malu sio mga pakile ko leongar ko mua. Nga ki kafia maiya meu parlave faranga kula pe o yaso leanga le kau me fa pinga ni mai dosis ya longa lua o ka we fa foi or sam sos ko ngai o fa nga we le pa lo mango o le kupa o le ua o pa ngole ama sos ko nga pa nge o le foi ma we nga kai fale o nga kai fa lo mo ma ko kupe e o e mai ele nga kai nga fa ka wa ai ma we fo ka mafa ya em fai ai mama ko e va ko su me ngisi va nga kupe ya ole nga for ko ka fi mai pala mo meu café nga ma malolo nga fo e pe vai café papa me va penga wa kele ale ngor ko a fo nga mamango nga lala ya o ke alu mai ka fo ya wafi.
Wetlands have been found to be effective in carbon sequestration, taking carbon from the atmosphere and storing it, mitigating the impacts from climate change. Coastal wetlands such as mangroves, tidal flats, and seagrass beds are known as the blue carbon ecosystems because of their important carbon storage. It has been calculated that the annual carbon sequestration rate for mangroves averages between 6 to 8 metric tons of CO2 equivalent per hectare, which is about 2 to 4 times greater than that found in mature tropical forests. Similarly, for seagrass beds, they account for less than 0.2% of the world's oceans, but they sequester approximately 10% of carbon buried in the ocean sediment annually. Samoa joined the Ramsar Convention and is one of 6 Pacific Island countries that are contracting parties to Ramsar, including Fiji, Kiribati, Marshall Islands, Palau, and Papua New Guinea.
Wetlands are a very special ecosystem, and as such we should expend the warranted energy to preserve these very special ecosystems. Our urban wetlands, due to population press, are a lot more under pressure, and therefore that makes for a particular approach in how we can preserve and conserve our ecosystems. Samoa has joined the Ramsar Convention, and we have joined the international community in commemorating the special day since 2004.
There are 6 main wetland communities in Samoa, distinguished from each other by floristic, physiogenomic, and geographical differences. 3 of these communities, coastal marsh, montane marsh, and montane bog, are dominated by the herbaceous species. The other three, mangrove scrub, mangrove forest, and swamp forest, are dominated by woody trees. Samoa currently has 2 sites designated as wetlands of international importance, or Ramsar sites, with a surface area of 5,489 hectares. Almost all of the wetlands in Samoa have been disturbed to some extent, either directly by human activities, cyclone damage, or through the introduction of pests. The cutting and infilling of mangroves, especially for human settlements, and road construction has now left much of Samoa's mangrove vegetation badly degraded. The severe cyclones of the early 1990s and 2004 affected many of the wetland areas, especially herbaceous marshes along shores, which were damaged by saltwater incursions. The Samoa NBSAP identifies wetland ecosystems as follows: mangrove forests, freshwater lake, herbaceous marsh, mixed lowland species swamp forest, and mixed upland swamp forests. All are considered to be high priorities for conservation based on rarity and threats in Samoa. 2 wetland ecosystems, mixed lowland species swamp forest and mixed upland species swamp forests, were considered to be of global importance because of their rarity, endangered status, or presence of endemic species. Several of these wetland ecosystems have been altered, with the following wetlands now considered to be of national and global significance.
The protection and the management of wetlands is mandated under the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment, and through the process of efforts to address some of the conservation and protection measures, the ministry is working closely with the communities and stakeholders to look at the developing management plans for the various areas that have been identified. So this is the focus now, to look at developing management plans to address wetlands requirements for management and protection. And it's a commitment by the government through the ministry, and it's one of tasks to look at, because I think these are a few of the natural resources that we're trying to accommodate, especially threats from climate change, land degradation, etc.
In view of the fact that the conservation and wise use of wetlands provides a variety of services and benefit areas such as biodiversity conservation, sustainable development, and climate change mitigation and adaptation, it is therefore important to mainstream wetlands into those other areas of work for governments, such as through inclusion in the NBSAPs, National Strategies for Sustainable Development, and NDCs.